Hi, this is ESE 5426 here, and today I'm going to be showing you a recent project that I have completed, and I feel like I'll share with you guys. This is a third rail Santa Fe Northern, number 3751, the excursion spec that I have converted to ERR Cruise and Railsounds 5 with a Fatboy speaker. Now, this model originally came with a QSI sound system. This model was released in the late 90s, 1998 I believe. And yeah, a QSI sound system, purely conventional, and sounded a lot like a Walther's Proto 2000 060 that I have, and I wanted to run it here on Legacy, so slapped the Cruise Commander in. And this engine also has a Pitman motor with a belt drive, and that is factory. That it has pulled a lot. Even it's missing 3 of the 4 traction tires, and it was still able to pull 8 Golden Gate Depot Santa Fe Super Chief cars, which are extruded aluminum, I believe. And but behind it for this, I just have 8 Lionel 40-foot Santa Fe reefers, map cars, and it pulls these along just fine. How it runs, I mean, it sounds pretty good. I'll fire it up in a bit and have it run around the layout for you guys. But it does have some small issues, mainly with just with that lead truck. I've added some weight to it to weigh it down, have it track better. No pun intended. Yeah, I'm gonna run it at a decent speed. Can't run it too fast, it'll front truck will pop off at some parts. But other than that, I've had no problems with it, besides that and reception issues, since the tender is just a giant metal box with no plastic parts for the radio waves to reach the antenna from the new commander board. But that's all I have to say. Let's get this thing running. And one more thing before I put it in. This model actually came with a nice book that denotes the history of this engine very well. I have it right here for you guys. This has a nice picture of the engine on the front, nice picture of the tender on the back, and this was done with the San Bernardino Railroad Historical Society, the guys who currently own the real 3751 and maintainer. And there's a bunch of great pictures in here. All the history, how it originally looked. Looked a lot different. Looks a lot different now. Goes through the restoration process and all the Santa Fe tours and excursions that it was on. Which they still did that today. Looking at you, Lionel. Well, besides that, let's get this running. just some final words before I end this video. This engine is a very smooth runner. I am very pleased with how this project turned out. But if you are going to go through with doing a command control swap on one of these old brass engines, especially ones with oil tenders, I said this before, when you put that tender back together with all the electronics inside it, it's gonna form just a metal box which just holds all the radio waves in from reaching the remote, since the way legacy remotes and TMCC works, it's via airwaves as opposed to DCS where it's through the track. And unfortunately, I haven't found a way to truly insulate the shell of the tender from the frame. I've done everything I could. I've used nylon nuts, I've used Captain tape, but for now I've just been running it without the screws in the tender. It's been working just fine. Whenever I store it, I put the screws back in so that the frame or shell doesn't warp or anything. One other thing is I am running this with a 9-volt backup battery installed. This engine only has center rail pickups on the engine. There's no center rail pickup on the tender trucks. So, to help going over switches, like the switch setup that it's on right now, which is 3 Ross custom switches right there, it helps get over it. I haven't had any electrical issues with it, with the battery in, which helps. And yeah, but other than that, it's great. I love the setup. It was very easy to do. I was able to complete it in one day. I had to wait a little more because I did get a board that wouldn't chuff, but guys over at Third Rail, an electric railroad company, sent me a replacement immediately. I mean, I couldn't ask for better service. So, thanks for watching. Tune in next time for another project or product review.